This is the plaintiff, Timothy Rowan. He says he bought a Dodge Caravan from the defendant, and the snakeskin used car dealer sold him a piece of junk with a blown tranny. That's right, she out and out took advantage of him, lied to him, and he's here in the good name of justice suing for the $5,000 he's owed. This is the defendant, Veronica. She says the plaintiff was abusive to her mechanic, accusing him of all these things after he purchased a car from her. The man bought a used car. Things go wrong on used cars. And she has no responsibility whatsoever to give this man his money back. Sorry, buddy. If your car needs a new transmission, you need to pay for one. She's accused of unloading a bad tranny.
All parties, please use your radio.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff bought a Ford from the defendant, says the tranny was blown, but the defendant says the plaintiff was abusive and she did nothing wrong. It's the case of, I haven't driven a Ford lately.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Timothy Rowan?
Yes.
You are suing No Limits Performance Plus, represented by Veronica. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name. For $5,000 because a car you bought for $900 needs work. Okay, talk to me and tell me what happened.
Okay, Judge. I came to buy a Ford Focus from Ed at his shop.
What is Ed to you?
He's my husband. He's the mechanic.
Got it.
Okay, and when I went down there, he said he's a mechanic. He buys them, fixes them. They're in good shape, checks them thoroughly. And he said, they're good to go, and I sell them cheap. He said, I get them cheap. So I said, okay. I said, can I test drive it? He said, yeah. I test drove it. It broke down 15 minutes later.
Wait, during your test drive?
On the highway going to my daughter's.
During your test
during
drive?
the first test drive.
I'm sorry. During the test drive, the car breaks down.
Right.
And you buy it anyway?
No. When I first test drove the car around the corner, it ran all right. And he said, you don't have to take it on the highway, but after I gave him the money, I took it. I was going to my daughter's about 4 exits down, and it cuts out on me.
The same day you bought it?
The same day.
So you call him, and he goes over, tows it, brings it in, and does some work. And then what do you do?
Well, after that, it broke down, pushed it to the gas station. He tows it in, does some work.
How long did you have it before it broke down that second time?
Second time, about 20 minutes.
So why didn't you just ask for the $900 back?
I did. He wouldn't give it to me.
Okay, so then what happens?
So he says, he said, you can wait. I don't know when I can get to it and fix it, but he said, you could take this van. He shows me this Caravan. I said, I don't want a van. I want a Focus. And I can't lose my job, so I take the van. And it runs. This one runs. It does get me home from Miami to Fort Lauderdale. So I see it leaking transmission fluid. So I take it back. He does seal the pan. He looks at it. He says, okay, it's just the pan, man. Don't worry about it. And he seals the pan. I take the car back, and it's still leaking. I come back to him again with it. I said, man, you didn't fix it right. It's still leaking. And he said, I'm not taking that transmission out. He said, I'm not going to reseal it and all that. It takes too much work. And then he said, put some Lucas in it. And he said, good luck with it. And that was it. Then we had this texting thing going on back and forth. And, I told him, I said, man, I told him it was harassment. I got all the texts here. You kind of harassed me. If you ain't going to give me my money back or anything, I said, just stop all this, stop the madness. After, I had to make a police report. I have the police report.
I'd like to see both of those things. When you first brought the Focus back to him, according to you, it took him 11 days to fix it?
The first time, yeah.
Right. And you were driving a scooter from Fort Lauderdale to Miami?
Kind of like a moped, not a real scooter. It's a scooter, but it goes 40 miles.
Were you driving it on 995?
No, I can't. You can't.
I would think not. And you're about 8 feet tall. I'm picturing you on a scooter down which road?
With the guy on the back.
Which road should I picture you on? Because that had to be a sight.
Yeah, up US 1. I made probably 5 or 6 trips on that scooter.
Wow.
I mean, it was a lot of hardship. It just was.
All right, and in fact, you're suing for hardship. You're suing for punitive damages, harassment, and hardship.
And my transmission. I got it fixed
And
now.
you want them to pay for the transmission, and the reason why is what?
Because when I came to him, I said, I need a car to go to work, one that runs. All I want is the transmission, the engine, and the AC. Now, if you asked him right now, he'll tell you the truth. He said, I check them thoroughly. If he's not going to lie under oath, I check them thoroughly, and I'm a mechanic. This guy's a mechanic with a shop. Good to go, bro. This is his words, bro. Good to go, bro. All 6 times.
Did you sign any paperwork for the sale of the car?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let me hear from you.
Good morning.
Only bill.
Let me just ask you, I know you're the owner, but who's the one doing all the dealing with him? Is it him?
He was.
He was? Come on up. Why are you sitting down? Go ahead, right there. Talk to me. What happened?
Well, with the Ford Focus,
Yeah.
we did sell it to him. The car was running fine. He took the car, blew the water pump. It's an old car, $900 car. You know, it's not something brand
$1,000
new.
car. It's not
I
worth.
felt bad for him. He came with his little, oh, my daughter, whatever. I told him, look, I sell cars as is, but I'm going to fix the water pump for you. I got the car towed, brought it back, fixed the water pump for him.
Did you charge him for the tow?
Nothing.
Did you charge him for the water?
I paid everything out of my own
You
pocket.
paid for everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's just because I felt bad because of his
What
daughter.
year car was the Focus? 2002. Go ahead.
Okay. We go, he takes the car again. He goes all the way to West Palm Beach.
No, Fort Lauderdale.
Wait a
Or
minute,
whatever,
wait a
Fort
minute.
Lauderdale, wherever he's at.
Okay.
For some reason or another, thermostat starts leaking again, supposedly. Car
Well,
comes
it's not
back. to me.
supposedly, I mean,
yeah,
you-
look, I send the tow truck out again.
Right. So
Brought
you
him back.
know that it wasn't driving. Okay.
Well, no, because he tells me it's stranded, you know. I
Right.
felt bad for him, brought him back to my shop, whatever. Says he can't wait for his car, whatever. I had just bought a minivan for $800. Okay, the van was running perfect, van, AC, transmission, everything. We drove it. My stepson drove it. I drove it. Fan was fine. Had a little headlight out, a little fender thing, and a window on the side. I told him, you have to fix this car. You're gonna sign this as is paper. You're gonna give me your ID, and you're gonna take this car because it's running fine. He's going from Hard Rock back and forth everywhere at the van. A week later, he calls me and tells me, oh no, it's
No, I
leaking.
got the Texas. He's wrong. I got
A
the
week
Texas
later,
on
hold
the
on one
phone.
second, sir. A week later, he calls you back and says,
That the transmission's bad, that
The
he
next
wants his
day.
money
hold
back.
on, you need to wait.
Sorry.
Okay, it's a 15-year-old car. It's a Ford Focus. Breaks down almost immediately. Is the buyer out of luck?
I think so.
Why?
It's a chance you take.
But aren't you entitled to some expectation that the car's going to work, even if it's a 15-year-old car?
Buyer beware.
Is it really?
Yes.
It's tough luck if it goes a block and then breaks down.
You need to be able to check out the car thoroughly before you buy it.
Okay, we'll find out going inside the courtroom.
I don't know what he's doing to these cars because the Ford Focus is running perfect still. It was just a little leak in the water, and I had told him either take the Focus or take this one because we sell cars as is. These are cars that they bring. We're not a car dealer, nothing. I let him know right out the bat.
How many cars do you sell a year?
One or two.
Let me see the text you wanted me to see. And
Okay.
you have the paperwork for the sale of the
bill of
Dodge
sale.
Car-
He's-
Can I have it?
He's giving me like on 3 different signatures. He signed at the court
Three
one way.
different signatures.
He signed his license one way. He signed it. Every paper he signed,
Oh,
he signs
come
different
on.
on his signature.
Does everything win?
No.
My license signature is like my signature on this court document. That whatever they got,
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
the court from
Okay, everybody,
Florida,
don't
he
talk
signed
to each other.
different.
Don't talk to each other.
But Judge, if you ask him, say, hey, did you tell him the engine and transmission you checked and AC? Did you say you checked it and it was good before you sold it to
Yeah,
him?
but you said it was good too. When
no,
you test drove it, it was good.
He's got machines to check. He said, I'll check them thoroughly,
Different way
bro.
of checking a
What do you
machine.
think, that when you buy a $900 car, there's a warranty on
It's
it?
supposed to run.
Yeah, it ran.
It ran 2-3 blocks.
Right. How long is it supposed to? How long is the warranty that you want?
I didn't. All
On an
I-
as-is sale. Because legally speaking, did you sign that, by the way? Legally speaking, when you buy a used
That's
car.
not my signature, no.
Okay, so
No.
let's say it's not your signature. Even if you didn't sign that legally speaking, when you buy a used car, it's an as-is, unless the person is a dealer and gives you a warranty and all that stuff. So you don't have any of that going here. So that means that when you take it off the lot, it's your problem. The first 2 times he got you towed, he fixed what it was. He didn't even have to do that much. Every minute you're sending him a text. You were a little agitated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working and he's 75 texts in one time.
Well, you too, though.
Yeah, I
never
have to-
sent it. He sends them. Look at his
Hold on,
compared
I'm going
to
to scroll
mine.
back a little and see what that teaches me.
Judge, can I say one thing?
No, because I'm in the middle of something. It's Christmas Eve, and you tell him it's Christmas Eve. I'm sorry that this happened to you, but, you know, all your cars don't work for a reason. It's because you rag them out. You need a brand new car from the dealer, and please, you got to learn how to take care of your cars. I'm turning my phone off after this. Call me Monday if you want to talk. He says, I'm going to send you a copy of my last lawsuit and show you. I won $5,000 from both parties, car wreck. I'm not just talking. I'll call you Monday.
He's just contradicting himself there.
And then you say, nobody's scared of you, bro. You don't want to take it there.
I thought he was
Nervous,
threatening
trying
me.
to threaten me on the phone. You better keep it civil. Threats don't work here.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to
Yeah,
threaten
you
me.
was trying to trap me
What?
into threatening you.
What I'm telling you is I won my last suit. I'll send you pictures of the papers.
Exactly.
Where's the paperwork from the van? From the sale of the van?
I gave it to you.
You gave it to me?
Yes.
Hold on.
Judge,
Give me your license.
and can I say this real quick, Judge? If you ask him, the day after I got that van, did I not call him and say it's leaking? He said, bring it up Monday. He'll not lie to you. Bring it up Monday, and
you?
he'll sell the pen. He sold the pen. The next day it was still leaking. Me and my daughter brought it back.
This is your problem.
He'll tell you
what
the truth.
What you need to do
if he don't lie.
is you need to just not take it back in at all.
I just felt bad for him because he had a daughter.
Yeah, stop feeling bad for him. He
'Cause you
doesn't feel bad
sold
for
it.
you. He's suing you. He's dragging you into court.
I learned the hard way, Your Honor.
So you learned the hard way. I've got 2 junk cars. How did you learn the hard way?
Man,
You got
every
my
one of
money.
your signatures is different.
Yes, every single
Your
one.
license signature is different from your court signature.
That license was 2008.
Yes, I understand. So
I mean, it's
I
the
can't.
same.
Okay,
It's almost
the
the same,
license
Judge.
is from
I can sign
2000.
exactly-
I know, but I can't look at the signature and say
Okay.
you didn't sign. But look, it doesn't even matter whether there's paperwork or not. It would by default be an as-is sale, and that's what you got, just like the rest of us. So you have no warranty. So if you have no warranty, you don't even have the right to have him fix the guy, bring it back over and over again. You're a fool for taking the cars back, because when you do, you create this expectation in the other person that you're responsible for everything. That's why you find yourself being dragged into court. But in any event, this is an as-is sale, and the as-is laws do apply to you as well as everybody else, which means that you do not get to recover the cost of a $900 car, much less 5 times that, $5,000, which is what you're suing for. And my verdict in this case is for the defendants.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the plaintiff does not prevail, that's for sure. You don't get anything out of this. How do you feel? You are tall, you know.
I ate my spinach.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I feel pretty messed up because, you know, he's going to keep doing it. And that just adds to people being crooked car salesmen. And they're supposed to, I thought there was a lemon law. I mean, you can't just sell stuff to people if you've checked it.
Get what you pay for. You got it as is.
Why would
and
I buy a
that's
junk
it.
car,
That's
though,
it.
Doug? Why would I buy a junk car? I couldn't drive it. I just want to look at it.
I know. People feel for you, but, you know, there's no warranty, and you're
Wow.
just out of luck.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay.
Learn my lesson.
Doors that way, sir.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much. All right, here comes the defendant now. I think you've learned something from all of this.
Yes,
You're
I
not going
did.
to do that again, right?
No, sir.
What, people get a car, if they have a problem with it, you're just going to say tough luck, and that's it?
No, it's just you buy a used car and
Yeah.
you get it as is.
That's it.
You know, I really don't check them like that. You know, it's
That's what I mean.
you
They
buy a
come
used
back
car,
to
you get it.
complain.
Yeah,
You're
that's
going to
it.
say sorry.
No more
Okay.
helping nobody out.
Oh, boy. Thank you very much. Okay?
We appreciate it.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Harvey, I think he learned something. Everybody learned something about buying a used car.
Well, okay, Doug, the deal is this. These guys are right that the only way to undo a deal like this is if you can prove there's fraud, some kind of material misrepresentation. Not the case here. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.